Hello everybody, this is Caroline again with another live stream. This time we are going to be playing with the H.E.L.O, which is our ecology sandbox. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to tell everybody about this little computer that is right next to Dr. Renault. This has some weekly challenges that you can try within the H.E.L.O, so it'll give you some little things that you can try to complete within the week. I've accepted all of these challenges, so we'll see if maybe we can get one of these to be completed by the end of this live stream. We've got barrel cactus fruit filler, RIP milk vetch, and pollination station, and the directions are right here. And if I forget, these are also in my journal under challenges. So yeah, adds a little bit of fun to your H.E.L.O. So, one thing that I want to try this time around is I want to give everybody a little bit more time to respond to my questions, since there is a little bit of a lag going on. So I am going to try a thing, and I'm going to play a little bit of a song instead of awkwardly ad-libbing for the 10 to 15 seconds it takes. So we'll try that this week, and hopefully it goes a little better than it did last week. So the first question that I would like to ask everybody, and if nobody responds, then I'm going to pick, is what kind of a H.E.L.O should we make? We've got our biomes over here: desert, rainforest, grassland, Himalayas, and tundra. So which one should we make? I will play a song while people decide whether or not to respond. Okay, so no one responded. That means that I am going to pick my very favorite, which is the Himalayas. And I am going to call it Himalayas, because it's 2020. I'm going to create that biodome. I also have a rainforest biodome up here that I have named Raintown. I have just let that go, so we will visit it at the end of this to see how it's doing. So in we go. I'm going to set the max time away cap to none, because I don't want these animals and plants doing stuff without me while I'm not there. And then we shall enter the biodome. All right, here we go. There we are. Oh, I'm so sorry. Someone did respond. People did respond to me. I had my window covering you. I am so sorry. Luckily, someone said Himalayas, so I'm so sorry, Maverick, that I did not pick desert. Maybe next time. All right, so first, I am going to go out over here. As you can see, the Himalayas is a huge biodome. It's one of the bigger ones that we have. And I'm going to minimize this chat box here. Now, I know that on the right side of the screen, for whatever reason, a little bit is cut off. And what is over on the right side of the screen is are the challenges that we accepted, which, again, we can look at these over here. I think that the only one that we'll be able to complete is pollination station, which we'll see if we get, 44 weeks or however many, 22 weeks. We'll see if we pass 22 weeks. I'm going to put this on fast forward. Time moves rather slowly in the biodome. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up and see what kind of species we can start putting into our biodome. Here are our producers. We have joint fir and Himalayan fairy grass. For consumers, we have the pika and the moth. And for decomposers, we have the mushroom. There's not a lot of animals and plants, so I'm going to go into the biodex, and I'm going to select the Himalayas, which were already selected, and I think I'm going to start with some plants, because it's very important to have a robust catalog of plants available for your first level consumers to eat. So we need to purchase some of these some plants so that we can have them to place. I have 202 research points, and it'll tell you how much all of these plants are. So I think let's pick 3 plants, and I am going to slowly go through this, and you guys can tell me what kind of plants I ought to pick. So let's pick 3, and I will play this song again, and yeah, we'll see what you all think. This time I will listen when you answer. This time I'm not seeing anybody's responses, but I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. Try blue poppy, joint fir, and Himalayan fairy grass. All right, we already have the Himalayan fairy grass unlocked, but blue poppy and joint fir seem like good ideas. I'm going to buy some blue poppies. There we go. And oh, we also already have joint fir unlocked, so we can actually choose 2 different ones. We got bamboo, banjo, pretty much everything except for blue poppy, joint fir, and Himalayan fairy grass is available to us for our biodoming needs. So yeah, any other ideas from the list of plants that people would like to see in this biodome? Get them while they're nice and green. Fun fact, I recently spent a very long time trying to rebalance the H.E.L.O to try and make it a little bit more stable and make the different trophic levels make a little bit more sense. So yeah, hopefully that's good now. I don't know how many of you have played the H.E.L.O a few months ago or years ago, and how many have played recently, but it's a little bit different now. And I'm not seeing any other responses, so I'm going to pick my favorite plant. I'm going to pick the rhododendron. I just love these beautiful pink flowers, and I am also going to pick some bamboo. Why not? Pick some bamboo. All right, so now we are going to place some plants, and I'm going to start with bamboo because I think that they are very pretty. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to place these around here, and as you can see, if the bamboo shows up red, that means that that's an invalid location. It's a little bit too close to the other bamboo. Of course, in real life, bamboo can grow quite close to other bamboo, but we did this so that the game doesn't crash when you cram your biodome full of bamboo or what have you. So we've got 4 little bamboos here, and look at this. We get a reward. Our diversity score is 1 because we only have bamboo, but that's okay. I'll take the 2 research points. I will collect my reward. Let's put some fairy grass in here. Make this nice and verdant. A good verdant biodome for the creatures that are going to be hanging out here. And while I populate this with plants, why don't I show you all what we have available animals-wise? So to remind you, we already have the pika unlocked and the moth, so that means that we have a first level consumer and we have a pollinator that is available to us. So I'm going to go through this list kind of slowly, and you all can see, and you can tell me what sorts of animals you would like me to unlock while I continue to put, can I eat the animals? Asks Lance. No, you can't. They are made of pixels. I mean, I guess you could like lick your computer screen, but I mean, I wouldn't. That seems bad for you and the computer screen. So yes, you cannot eat the animals, but the animals can eat each other. So anyway, these are all the animals we have to work with. So just be thinking about what sorts of animals I should unlock. Let's pick 3. And I'm going to go back to putting plants all over the place here. Put some nice joint fir in here. There we go. And let's not forget these beautiful little blue poppies. Lovely poppies. I just love this whole biodome. This is my favorite of all of the biodomes that we have. And it also has the widest range of animals and plants, I think, largely because it has a lot of really big animals like the elephant, the rhino, etc. All right, so we have William says, try the small herbivores. It's best to start small. I heartily agree. So before I do that, we have a little notification here. I'm going to pull this up and see what our notification is. And the notification is that over half of the blooming plants in this zone aren't being pollinated. Well, that makes sense because we didn't put any moths down. So I'm going to do that, and then all of the plants will be pollinated, and we can go for, oh, hey, all right, well, that was anticlimactic. Pollination station, I passed it with the other biodome that I have going because I allowed time to pass within that biodome. So yay, we did it, everybody. All right, so I'm going to go into the biodex again, and let's look for some small herbivores that we can do. A chevrotain. I love these little guys. They're like little potato deer with tiny pretzel stick legs. I love them. I'm going to buy them. And the Chinese pangolin is also a pretty small animal, but it is an insectivore, and I do not want this to eat all of my moths. Marmot, this little chunky guy here, gonna put you in my biodome. And also, I mean, you gotta have red pandas. It's the Himalayas, right? You gotta have red pandas. So, gonna buy that one. Fun fact, I live kind of near a zoo, which is closed right now, of course, because of all of the quarantines. There is a red panda, though. You can take a little walk. There's a hiking trail by the zoo, and you can look through the fence and see the red panda. Anyway, I love red pandas. I'm going to put some red pandas in this area. And we have to find a place for them to be valid. And as you can see, there's this giant dome that just like sprouted above my head. This is the red panda's territory. So anything that is within this territory, they can eat. So there's the red panda. And look, now our diversity score is 6 because we have a few more species going on in here. The plant species there's 6 plant species and 1 animal species, and the average health is 100. No sweat, we're killing it. By which I mean we're not killing it. Everything is alive, which is just great. Look at that 100% health rating in our biome. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, oh, I forgot my rhododendrons. I gotta have my rhododendrons. All right, I'm going to put a rhododendron over here and a rhododendron over there. Lovely, lovely trees. So one thing about this Himalayan biodome is the Himalayas are a giant place in the world, of course. It comprises a lot of different biomes. There are parts that are quite hot, like rainforesty. There are parts that are very rocky and cold. We added a lot of different animals. Oh, look, he's eating. We added a lot of different animals because we wanted to get them all in. We have like rhinos and a lot of endangered animals, snow leopards, clouded leopards, etc. A lot of these animals, they would never be in the same biome, but we wanted to fudge things a little bit on realism, just so that we could get some of those really cool animals in there. Now I'm going to look at what our notification is. Oh no, a zone has increased to level 2 detritus. And detritus is, of course, what this emoji thing suggests that it is. So what do we need to do with too much detritus in a biodome? So the only thing that eats detritus is a decomposer. So we're going to go and we're going to put some mushrooms into the biodome, and that will hopefully help our detritus problem. And you really want to nip that in the bud. At level 2, this isn't going to hurt our animals or plants, but at level 3, it will start affecting how many leaves these plants can regrow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into first-person mode, and I'm just going to walk around the biome because I think that sounds fun. Oh, look at that little guy. He's so cute. He's sleeping. His little dreamy Z's. So cute. And this one's also sleeping over here. What a cute little baby. And so yeah, they're doing pretty well. I want to check on my animals and plants stats. So I'm going to click on this data tool. We have our notifications here. We can also look at a snapshot of our different plants and animals. So these circles here are the different roles that we can possibly have in our biome. Since we only have pollinators, decomposers, producers, and first-level consumers, only those arrows are illuminated. These show that we don't have any animals filling any other roles. We don't have any insectivores. We don't have any big carnivores or apex predators. So I'm going to click on the plants here to see how they're doing. Their health is 100%. There are almost 3,000 leaf points that are available, although no fruit yet. Nothing is fruiting yet, and they're all pollinated too. So that's great. If I had any fruiting plants, which I don't think that I can put any fruiting plants in here. I don't think I bought any, but I could see those stats as well and manage things there. And the same types of things are available for first level consumers. That's pollinators and first level consumers here. And there's about enough nectar for our pollinators to eat. They need 360 food. There's 406 food available, so they're doing pretty okay. And apparently our decomposers are doing a really, really good job with the, oh wait, those are scavengers, never mind. Here's decomposers. And so yeah, there's plenty of detritus for the decomposers to eat. And so yeah, we are fine on that. We can also look at our population here to see how many of each population type we have. If you want to be really super into your biodome, you can make an Excel spreadsheet and sort of make yourself a line graph to track your species fluctuations over time, which is a lot of fun to a certain type of person like me. All right, so this biodome is doing pretty well, and you know what this is? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit this, and I'm going to make a desert, because that was also asked for, and we've already completed one challenge, so maybe we can get a barrel cactus and get an animal to consume all of its fruit. So I'm going to leave, and I'm going to make a desert next, and then we'll get to see 2 biomes. Isn't that great? So we're loading up here, and here we are. Going to go back to Sandrine. First I'm going to talk to H.E.L.O, titular doggy. Woof. Yes, hello H.E.L.O. All right, going to talk to Sandrine. Now I'm going to pick this because I do want time to pass while I'm away. And return, and then create a new biodome. And I'm going to create a desert. And I'm going to call it Dessert, because I am just so clever. There we go. I'm going to make time pass for 1 year too. By the way, this max time away cap, this is for when you are not in your biodome. So basically, if you log off, if you are not in the H.E.L.O, if you're off doing something else, you can control how much time will pass in your biodome. And if you don't want things to happen while you're away, you can hit none. But if you're feeling adventurous, pick a year. Maybe things will be alive when you return. All right. And William says, sounds tasty. It's gonna be tasty. This is gonna be one tasty biodome. All right, so we've got this blank desert here, and there's just not much going on. So I am going to see, oh, we have the joint fur here too. There are some species that we can see in more than one biodome. I'm going to open up the biodex, and I am going to scroll down the plants list for everybody to see the different types of plants that we have. I guess I'll play this song again while I do so, and y'all can tell me 3 plants that you would like me to buy. All right. Well, first I'm going to buy a barrel cactus, because without a barrel cactus we're not going to be able to do that one thing. All right, try the small plants like, say, a grass. That is an excellent idea, William. So what kind of grass? We have got galleta grass. We can put that in our dome. So I'm going to buy some of that. And a bush. I like this big sagebrush. I really like how it looks in the biodome. And you know what? I'm going to buy a saguaro, because you can't make a desert without a saguaro. Like, what are you even doing if you don't have a saguaro in there? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some barrel cacti. And I'm not going to put too many down, because part of this challenge is to have animals consume all fruit from any one barrel cactus. So I just want to make sure that they don't have too many to choose from, basically. I'm going to put some galleta grass here. I'm going to just sort of populate this area. Oh, and before I do, let me show you what kind of animals we have. We have jackrabbit, which is a nice herbivore, and a moth. And I will also go down the biodome list so you can see what sorts of animals are available for this biome. Armadillo, bobcat, coral snake, cougar, etc. And y'all can tell me what kinds of animals I should unlock while I am populating my biodome with the various plants that we have going. So let me know if you have any preferences, and I will continue to make the biodome pretty. Put some joint fur here. One nice thing about this desert is that it doesn't really matter if you don't have a ton of like grass or anything in here. It's kind of the point, because it's a desert. Like in the rainforest, it's a bit difficult to make it look really realistic because the plants can only be so close to one another, but it really works with this particular biodome. So it's easy to make a very realistic looking thing here. Oh, hey, look what just happened. Got some floating grass. That's cool. Everybody likes floating grass. All right, well, that's a lucky omen for us that grass is floating. I'll take it. All right, so we have a bunch of plants put down now, and I'm not seeing any suggestions for animals. Oh, it's a bug. Yes, it is a bug. It is definitely a bug. But you know what? If it wants to be up there, that's fine. It's a video game. We can suspend our disbelief, and we can also suspend our Gaeta grass. I'll take it. All right. So animals-wise, I'm going to open up the Biodex, and I think that what I would like to place in here is, I think I'd like a mule deer. I love the mule deer here. And I think also I would like a desert kangaroo rat. Look at these cute little, look at their little over-the-nose mustaches. They're so cute with their little feet. Oh, I love them. All right, so I am going to place a jackrabbit over here so that they can start to eat of this bounty that I have provided them. And before I check what this notification is, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. First I'm going to put a mushroom down here so we don't have a detritus problem, and then I'm going to put a moth over here so that we can have some pollination going on. So without pollination, these barrel cacti will not produce flowers, and if they don't produce flowers, they won't produce fruit without pollination. So they will produce flowers, but those flowers will be in vain without any pollinators. I'm going to walk through these moths. Look at these moths. They're all over the place. That was fun. I really like going into first-person mode in this game because you can just pretend like you're on a cool little nature walk. Look at this little bunny. He's asleep in the grass. Look at his little ear and leg twitching. What a cutie. And don't worry, little jackrabbit. I won't put a predator in here to eat you. I might do that, but don't tell the jackrabbit. Let him have one more dream. All right. William says that he has moth phobia. I assume it's moth phobia, not motophobia. Or maybe that's the term for fear of specific lepidopterans. Well, I'm sorry I walked through those moths then. I won't do it again. I hope you don't have like rabbit phobia or cactophobia. Anyway. So we have our lovely little biodome here, and now I will check on our notifications here. It says over half the blooming plants in this zone aren't being pollinated. However, this notification is 2 weeks old, so I think that we don't have that problem anymore. We didn't get that notification again 1 week ago. We don't have it now, so I think that the moths definitely addressed that problem. Also, if I don't want to know about certain notifications, I can turn them off. So if you know that you don't want to know about roll risks or whatever, you can do that. All right, I just earned 6 RP for my efforts. Good for me. And now I'm going to look at my snapshot. So I'm going to start here with the producers. Looks like they're doing pretty okay. There are some that are pollinated and some that are leaf bearing that animals can eat. And now I'm going to go to my first level consumers, and what is interesting about this, interesting and troubling, is that there isn't quite enough nectar available. They need 240 food, and they only have 224 nectar available, so that's no good. We need to make sure that our pollinators have enough food. And before we go further, the decomposers, they don't have a lot of detritus to eat. But you know what? That's fine. If they don't have enough detritus to eat, they can just wait. It'll happen eventually. All right, so the nectar, we can address that problem right now. I am going to plant some grass. Oh, wait, that's joint for some Gaeta grass. Now, Gaeta grass and other plants, especially plants that have like a really high reproduction rate right here, that means that they flower very frequently. So if you're going to put pollinators into your biodome, I would highly suggest putting a lot of frequent flowering plants like Gaeta grass or like the blue poppy or the I think that, yeah, joint fur is one of those as well. They bloom several times throughout the in-game year, and they always provide enough nectar for your moths. There might be like 1 week where they are off, but the moths have a longer grace period now since the updates that we made. All right, so we've got rabbits, we've got everything going on in here. We're going to wait for this to update before. Then I think next week we'll have enough nectar going on. And I think that I want to add some mice in here. But first, what I want to do is I want to check how much food these rabbits have. So there is 1,470 or 1,470 food available for these rabbits, and they only require 109. So that looks like there's quite a surplus. So I think that we are perfectly safe to add some mule deer, some really hungry mule deer, and you know what, some desert kangaroo rats just for good luck. Now, if you'll notice, the desert kangaroo rat territory is really very small, so they don't have very far to go before they have exhausted their food supply. So you got to be mindful about where you put an animal like that. But I think they'll have plenty to eat in here. There's lots of grass. I'll place them, and so yeah, now we've got our biodome all set up. All of our little animals are sleeping soundly, except for these rabbits. I guess that these must be nocturnal or crepuscular because they are sleeping in the day since it is daytime, as you can see. And look at these little kangaroo rats. Look at them, they're jumping. Anybody remember Coraline, the little jumping mice? Just like that. They were actually, I think that was a jerboa, more jerboa-like than kangaroo rat-like. The kangaroo rats have like a black stripe on their nose. But I don't know, I don't think mice can really dance the way that they did in Coraline, so I feel like maybe those were fictional mice. But don't tell Neil Gaiman that I said that, I guess. All right, so we've got our lovely biodome, and we've got 11 weeks remaining until the rabbits have some babies. How about our little desert kangaroo rats? Only 7 weeks remaining until they have some little babies for us to ooh and ah over. So I think I'm going to leave this biodome alone for a bit, and I'm going to go back and look at my Himalayas biodome to see how that's faring. So out I go, and it is loading, and I wonder how much the biodome has changed since I was gone. I guess I was only gone for like 10 minutes or so, so we'll see how much time has passed. All right, we're going to go back into Himalayas and enter the biodome, see what's happened whilst we were away. And it is loading. All right, and so since we were away, we received 21 RP, so that's probably about 3-ish weeks. Let's collect our reward, and oh no, looks like we are at level 4 detritus. This is terrible. This is very, very bad. Oh no. Oh no, plants and animals are going to be getting very sick. But let's check out the notifications. Is anything else going wrong? Oh, producers were at risk of dying. Pollinators at risk of dying. Level 4 detritus. Oh my gosh, we should not have left this biodome alone. This is a disaster. It's okay. We can fix it. We can definitely fix it. So one of the problems that may have happened is mushrooms are actually edible by by the first level consumers. So I don't trust them to leave my good mushrooms alone. So I'm gonna buy some earthworms, because only insectivores will eat earthworms, and so those are some decomposers that will stick around. Nobody's gonna eat them, and I will place 2 territories of earthworms. And if you remember in our snapshot, decomposers also need food. Now, of course, there's plenty of food for them to be eating now. Now there are enough decomposers for them to collectively require 500 food, but we have over 5,000 food available for them, so I think they're probably going to be okay. So I guess we'll wait for like a week to pass, and then we'll see what happens after that. So let's take a look at our red pandas. How are they doing? Well, they look like they're doing okay. The population started at 6 and it's still at 6, so it looks like we didn't lose any red pandas in the interim. They've got 14 weeks remaining until they have cute little red panda babies. And the moths are, how are the moths doing? Well, this has got a population of 151 out of 150, which means that they must have started reproducing a bit and going. Things were going well for them. And these have. Oh wait, that's bamboo. I want to look at the other moths. Come on, UI icons. There we go. This one also has 151 out of 150. That means that the population has gotten a little bit bigger because they've been doing well. I do think it's a bit odd that they only have 151. That kind of leads me to believe that maybe there was a population boom of these pollinators, but when they ran out of food to eat, they started starving. So that was sort of a boom-bust cycle. A boom-bust cycle occurs when basically the animal or plant or decomposer or whatever in question has like too much food and then reproduces a lot, and then since there's more individuals, now there's not enough food, so now they start dying off, and it's a whole roller coaster of population density, but happens all the time in nature, and it's very stressful for the animals involved, but that's nature. So I think that we need some more animals in here, so I'm going to put a nice little chevrotain in our Himalayan biodome here. There we go. And since there are so many plants, I'm going to put a marmot in here as well. And by a marmot, I of course mean 6 marmots, because that's how many we get in a pack of marmots. And so yeah, I'm going to zoom in to first person here and just look at that little chevrotain. He's so cute. And so he's running around here. They really are that small. Like look at my character compared to this tiny little. These are actually called mouse deer. As well as chevrotain, which the word chevrotain is French, would be pronounced chevrotin, but it means like a little goat. I don't think they look like goats. I think they look like mouse deer, but we chose chevrotain for the name of this animal. And look at this great big marmot. This marmot is bigger than the mouse deer. Oh, what an absolute unit. Look at this guy. Love this guy. We have a groundhog in our backyard. We have to fix that at some point. He's gonna make our garage collapse. Marmots are related to groundhogs. They're all sort of the, digging creatures that are, digging rodents, that type of animal. Oh, good night. Good night, little marmot. All right, so now we have all of our animals. They are running around and they seem fairly happy. The detritus situation is not ideal, but you can't have everything, I guess. Let's check this out. What's interesting about this is that it seems like there are a few plants that are unpollinated. I wonder why that is. I wonder if maybe the moths can't reach them. Is that possible? Well, it looks like probably the moths can reach all of the different plants and things that they are supposed to be reaching. But I wonder if I wonder why they're going unpollinated. As you can see, I guess the bamboo is not pollinated, so that is very interesting. But maybe we just have to wait a week, and then it will pollinate itself. All right, so we have our lovely little biodome here, and we've added some animals, and most of the plants are pollinated, so that should mean that there will be more plants in the future. We also have our earthworms here, which are hopefully gnawing through this detritus situation that we have going on, and there's looks like there's almost 6,000 detritus right now. So that tells me, because the last time I checked this, I think that was just a little bit over 5,000. So that means there aren't actually enough decomposers because the detritus levels are still growing. So I'm going to put some more earthworms in here. When all else fails, just add some earthworms. That's what I always say. I have that framed in my living room. There we go. I'm just going to really go wild with the earthworms here. There we go. How do you like that, detritus? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now they require 920 food, and already the detritus count is going down. It is now about 5,800. It was 5,900, so it looks like we have finally addressed this issue. And so I feel a little bit better about leaving this biodome for a little while. First, I want to check when 2 weeks left until pollination is needed. Okay. Well, I think we will just go back to the desert to see how that is doing. And then I think we will probably wrap up shortly after that. But let's go check on our desert again to see how it's doing. So off we go into the desert, into the dessert. All right, there we go. Hello, Dr. Renaud. I need to go back into my desert, please. And in we go, going to see what has happened while we were away in the Himalayas. All right, so, oh, it doesn't look too bad. Looks like there's level 2 detritus here, which isn't too bad. At least it's not level 4. That wasn't so good. And let's check out our data tool. Oh, look at that. We have all green arrows. That means that everybody has what they need. Everybody has enough of what they need. There's enough nectar, enough leaves and fruit. There's even enough detritus that is being produced for our decomposers. And so yeah, good stuff. This is going really well. So let's see here. Oh, looks like the jackrabbits have 1 week remaining until reproduction. So let's stick around here until the jackrabbits have some babies, because I want to see some cute little bunny rabbits. And 6 weeks, that's a little bit long. We're not going to see the desert kangaroo rats, I don't think. And let's check on this deer. Oh, 46 weeks. Pfft, not waiting for that. This is why it's very useful to have time pass in your biodomes while you're away. Because some of these animals, they take their time about reproducing, but anyway, what else can I do in here? Oh, let's check on our barrel cacti to see how they're doing. Looks like, oh, it says that they are not pollinated. Well, I don't care for that. Looks like it's 11 weeks until they are fruiting. I'm not sure if we're going to have time to see them fruit, but maybe next time we look at our H.E.L.O, we can check in on them. So here are our moths. So these barrel cacti are definitely within range of the moth to be able to pollinate them. So I think instead of adding more moths and potentially creating a situation where there isn't enough nectar to go around, I think I'm just going to trust the process for these moths. It's possible that these just now started to bloom and the moths simply haven't had time to get to them. So we'll just wait a little while. And do mine eyes deceive me? Oh, look at that. 15 weeks remaining until reproduction. You know what that means? There's baby rabbits around here. So let's go into first person mode. And now I'm hunting wabbits. Where are they? Where are the little babies? Oh, is that a baby mouse? I don't know if that's a baby mouse or not. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in little baby bunnies. Where are the bunnies? Oh man, they're so small. I can't find any bunnies. How many bunnies are there that are babies? All right, so the population is 6 plus 6 babies. So there are 6 baby rabbits we should be able to find. Oh, is that one of them? Oh, look at it, it's so tiny. It's so small. I don't know if you can tell how much smaller it is than the adult, but it is definitely smaller. And it is bounding quickly across the desert. And I don't know why. I guess just for fun. Oh, look at its little chubby little body. So cute. Oh, it's digging. That is just adorable. Fun fact, the adult animals and many of the baby animals, not all, but many of the baby animals have different models. That means that there is a different 3D art for the adults and the babies. It used to be that all of the baby animals were just adult animals, but smaller. But all babies, they have different proportions from adults, and they also have, a lot of times they have different colors. Sometimes little babies will change colors as they grow. Look at his little leg twitch. So this is actually a special, genuine baby bunny model just for little baby bunnies to have, and he will eventually grow up and become this great big bunny model. And you can see the ears are longer, the face is a little bit more narrow and long, the legs are a bit longer, and so it's not just a scaled down version of the adult. So very proud of that. And if these mule deer would ever have little babies, you would see that the mule deer babies have like little spots on them, and they're also very cute. So yeah, looks like our biodome is doing pretty well, and the health is 100%. It's past 5 months already, and we're doing okay. You know what I think I want to do? I think I want to add a carnivore. Why not, right? What could go wrong adding a carnivore? Let's think. I think I don't want to add a carnivore that's too big and hungry. I think maybe I would like to add maybe a little bobcat. Come on in, Bobcat. Why don't you come and play with my animals and see how you like them. I'm going to put this nice bobcat over here. There we go. And now you may notice that there is only one bobcat in this territory. And they're not going to reproduce unless there are two bobcats. We did that so that you can add carnivores to your biodome without committing to them, reproducing and causing an issue. Because carnivores can really wreak a lot of havoc on a biodome. So, oh no, did this happen? Did it murder one of our rabbits? Oh no, oh, it's dead. Oh, the rabbit was too good for this world. Oh no, +5 babies. Well, rest in peace, baby bunny. It had to happen for this bobcat. Bloodthirsty little animal. But, bobcats need to eat too, right? And William says maybe a snake. All right, we can add a snake. I think that's a good idea, and we have plenty of desert kangaroo rats for a snake to eat, so let's go to the Biodex and let's buy a snake. Now the coral snake, I just know that the coral snake probably not going to be able to eat a mouse. They're quite small. They're more insectivorous. But I know a rattlesnake would for sure eat a mouse. So I'm going to buy this rattlesnake. And I'm going to put this rattlesnake right down here. There we go. Hiss. Look at that snake. And it is, of course, half burrowed into the sand, as rattlesnakes are wont to do. They're not. That's just the way that the animals are positioned on our slanted ground here. But there's that rattlesnake, and it's having a sleep right now. So yeah, watch yourselves, desert kangaroo rats. Some of you are not long for this world, so you hate to see it. So right now we have a level 3 detritus situation now, and I'm wondering if that is because our bobcat has eaten some of the different animals here. The carcasses decaying will contribute to detritus a lot more quickly than just leaves falling off of trees or what have you. So I'm thinking that I'm going to check on this here and check my snapshot, and it looks like the arrow here is causing a problem. So what is the problem here? Looks like it's not the detritus available. There's plenty of detritus available. There's too much because level 3 now. So what is causing this orange arrow, I wonder? Is it because some of the things are unpollinated? Because some of the things are in stasis? I'm not actually sure what's causing this, but I don't know. Oh, hey, look at this. We have second level consumers now because we added some of those bobcats. We have 63 food that is required between the snakes and the bobcats, and there's plenty of food available for them, so looks like they're probably going to do okay. And to address this detritus problem, I think I ought to put down something with a little more staying power than mushrooms. Millipedes. Millipedes seem like a very good choice. There's one millipede. Should I put a second millipede down? Yeah, I probably should put a second millipede down. Let's put this millipede over there. There we go. All right, so now we've got some millipedes that are, they're going to require 200 food each, so that's 400, and there's 3,400 available, so surely that will take a good chunk out of the detritus problem that we're starting to have in this biodome. So as I said before, the level 3 detritus, it doesn't affect things too badly. It starts to have an effect on how well different plants can recoup the leaves that they lose, so that they can be more sustainable. But level 3 isn't too bad. Now level 4, it makes it so that the plants can't recoup their leaves at all, and at level 5 they actually start losing health whether or not animals are eating them. So it's a bad situation for biodomes that end up at level 3, 4, or 5. Well, 4 or 5 is the worst, but level 3 isn't too bad. All right, so let's check on our desert kangaroo rats here. How are they doing? Oh my gosh, they had 24 babies. I didn't even notice that. Wow, I guess I did see a little baby desert kangaroo rat. That was cool. Let's try looking for one. Oh, I think we found. Look at that tiny little baby mouse. It's so little. Oh, you can barely see it. It's just jumping across the screen there. Oh, yeah, you can't even see it when I'm zoomed out like this. What a cute little baby mouse. Well, those rattlesnakes are going to like that, I bet. Let's check on this rattlesnake here. So 45 weeks remaining until reproduction. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that. And it requires a little over 100 food, and there's 645 available. And you may notice that for different types of animals, they may have different amounts of food available for them, even if they are both carnivores. That's because carnivores can only eat certain sizes of animals. So like a rattlesnake can't eat a deer. It's never going to fit in its mouth. But it can eat a mouse, whereas a bobcat can take down a larger animal and also a mouse. So there may be more food points available to it. But it looks like they are pulling from the same field here. I think because bobcats cannot eat adult deer. They're a little bit big for it. Now, if these deer have babies, they would have to watch out because those babies would not be safe. Oh, look at this. Isn't this just, you love to see this. There's a cute little bobcat chilling out with this animal corpse and a rattlesnake. That's just a cute little picture there. I love this bobcat's eyes. They're so supposed to be sleeping, but they don't have eyelids because it's too much detail. All right. So we're still at 92% health and level 3, and I think before I stop here, let's go one more time to the Himalayas to see how that is doing. Maybe the detritus problem is a little bit better. Maybe all of our decomposers are dead. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. So we're going to go back to the Himalayas dome to find out what's going on there. There we are. And, oh, it says a zone has decreased to level 3 detritus. That was 6 weeks ago. So it looks like maybe we're doing a little bit better with the detritus situation. And I don't see a notification for these decomposers that are at risk of dying. So maybe we've actually found some stasis between detritus production and decomposer hunger. So let's go down here and have a look at what's going on. We're still at level 3 detritus, but that's much better than level 4. So it looks like the earthworms are doing their job. And oh, I'm so happy. Look, the rhododendrons are blooming. I'm gonna look at it from this direction so you can't see how flat some of the leaves are. I love these plants. I think they look so pretty. Just this beautiful like shock of pink on this green background. I love looking at these rhododendrons, and they're definitely my favorite plant in the whole game. So I'm glad that we got to see these blooming inside of the biodome before we closed for the day. So let's check on our animals. Did any of them have babies? Let's look at you. Oh, there's 6 little red panda babies. I wonder where they are. We'll have to go look for them. Let's look for a red panda baby. Oh, there's one. Oh, look at his sweet little baby face. It's so oh, look at his little stumpy tail. Don't worry, you'll grow a bigger tail when you're older. And good news for these little animals is that there are no carnivores here. So that little baby will live a nice, long, full life as long as I don't put any carnivores in here. And the marmots, how are they doing? They also had babies while we were gone. So is this a baby marmot out here in the water taking a swim? I think it is. That one does not look as big as the other one over here. And yep, that's a little baby. So we found a baby marmot over there. And this little chevrotain is sleeping in the grass. Did the chevrotains have babies while we were away? Let's go over to their territory marker and click on it, and oh, they also had babies. Hooray, babies everywhere. You get a baby and you get a baby. All right, so we had a ton of babies while I think that this is a baby chevrotain. It's so little. Look at how little it is. So small. Just eating some bamboo, I guess. And so yeah, this is going pretty well for our biodome, and it's also level 2 detritus now. So that must mean that our decomposers are all doing a really good job of getting rid of all of the detritus that was causing trouble. And we have played for nearly a year in this biodome, 11 months and 1 week, and we've gotten it pretty stable. It's 99% health. Let's look at our notifications. It does say that a pollinator is at risk of dying, but I do not believe that because we have these things are blooming here. I think that is sometimes these notifications they populate before the pollinators are able to find the plants. So I'm going to let that go for just another week and see if that self-corrects. But those were our only notifications. The only other notification was that a zone had decreased to level 2 detritus. So it looks like things are going pretty well. And it does look like there's not quite enough nectar available for these moths. But again, instead of adding more plants to have more nectar, I'm going to see if this situation will take care of itself. Like maybe these moths will just sort of, it'll be different. Their population will decrease, and eventually it will go down to a stable level. So as you can see, there are, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. There are 7 moth territories because they got cocky. There were too many plants. They thought that they could just reproduce out of control, but you can't do that. You can't do that, moths. So I think they're going to learn that you can't be reproducing just because there's plenty of plants. So I think that that's a problem that'll probably take care of itself. That's one thing that you have to do as a biodome steward. Just know that sometimes some problems will take care of themselves, and you don't necessarily have to take action, although you can if you so desire. All right, so at 11 months and 2 weeks, I think that that'll just about wrap it up for today's live stream. I'm going to go into first person and walk around aimlessly as I give a couple of announcements. So, William says, why don't you control the moth population with pangolins? You know what? That's a good idea. That is a good idea. They will eat some of the moths for us, and that will help control the population a little bit more quickly. So, last thing that we're going to do in this biodome is I will add a pangolin population, and I'll put them nice and close to the moths so that they can have easy access to all of these little moth territories. There we go. That was a good idea with the pangolins. And look at that. He's all curled up into a ball, hiding his eyes. I still see you, pangolin. All right. So maybe like next week or in a future live stream, we can look in on all of our animals again to see how they're doing. Maybe the moth problem will have corrected itself. Maybe it will have overcorrected and it'll be even worse now. But as I said, I'm going to go into first person now, and I'm just going to walk around this biodome while I tell you things. And the thing that I want to tell you is don't forget that we have an art contest going on right now. And if you go to our student page on www.tytoonline.com, we have a new page just for students and for younger players, and you can get all of the details there. We are looking for art from anybody who is 15 or younger can submit their art. And if your art is selected, there will be 9 winners. If your art is selected, it will actually be hung inside of the art museum that is actually in game. So if you win this contest, you can say that you are a video game artist because your art will be in a video game, and it's going to be awesome. So the theme for this art contest is the view from my planet. So whatever that phrase evokes for you is what you should create. So yeah, draw us a picture or make a collage or something. Send us a scan, send us a digital art. We would love to see your art, and we would love to hang it up in the art museum. And so yeah, please check that out. We are also going to be having live streams every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be doing a different sandbox each time. I think probably next week we'll do the Draconarium, or maybe we'll do the Orb again. So yeah, please tune in, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and send us your art. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.